Southport Square residents. This is your Executive Director, Brian Hess, with another episode of Around the Square. And it's a beautiful day outside. I just saw the lawnmowers going by, and it's just always great. The sun is out. It's a wonderful time. So just want to start real quick with a COVID update. So we've been seeing the positivity level or rate has been declining, which has been excellent news for us here at Southport Square, as well as many folks out in the world. But the state right now, per the Department of Health website for the state of Florida, they are looking at a 16.2% positivity. So we're definitely seeing a pretty significant improvement. If you recall, probably within the last few weeks, we were as high as like 26%. So, that's almost a 10% decline that we're seeing already. And Charlotte County has come down to 16.4%. So we've dropped under that 20% barrier now. Again, great news to see that we're down where we are. Also wanted to give you the update from the CDC. So the CDC, as you know, the past several weeks, or actually several months, we have been red or high. Well, we have now again dropped in the CDC ranking. We are now at medium or yellow for Charlotte County. Yay! So it's moving in the right direction. So the CDC right now is showing that the positivity rate is 19.4%. So again, you're wondering, why does the Department of Health say 16.4% and yet the CDC says 19.4%? They are looking at a little bit of a different time frame, and the data that they're pulling is probably a little different based on the time frame that they look at. So the CDC is a little bit more current. They pull data within the last few days, whereas the Department of Health is giving you a 2-week look back that usually only comes out every 2 weeks. So you're only getting the updates periodically. So it's usually a little bit behind. So we are seeing some positive movement, very excited about that. Here on our campus, we currently have 1 associate and no residents that are positive. So that's also excellent news. And hopefully, but by the time you all are watching this episode, that associate will be cleared as well, because should be cleared by Friday. So our goal is that we might have no associates and no residents on our campus again. Great news. I just wanted to share some really excellent news that we got this week. Actually, it started last week, and this week we finished the month, but our assisted living and memory care reached their total capacity being completely filled up, 100% occupied. Yay! So really great for the team over there. David Reiser, many of you know, is the director in the assisted living and memory care. Wonderful gentleman, great leader here on our campus. Very excited to see that. We always have room for our residents that are here. So if you are currently in the process of looking at assisted living and or memory care, or your family is looking at that with you, or if you are concerned about that in the future, we always have units that come and go throughout the month, and so we have those are reserved specifically for our contract holders. So if you are a Southport Square contract holder here, that gives you kind of that right of first refusal, or that priority admission to our healthcare center. We absolutely will always make sure there's a room for you. So great news that we're filled. We'll always have space for you, okay? So wonderful news, just wanted to share. Just a couple of updates across our campus. So the pool has been closed for the last several days. If you've been by there, it remains closed at this time. There was an issue with a pump. We had a pump that broke, and because of that pump not working, it wasn't allowing the pool to circulate enough water per the county's standard or regulatory guidance. And so we did have to close the pool. We did get the pump replaced earlier this week. However, the pool company that is overseeing the pool right now, once the pump was back up and functioning, they have to go back and make sure that the chemical balance is in place and that the pump is functioning as it should, and it's moving enough water to reopen the pool. So we are working with them to try to get the pool open as quickly as possible, but I do not have a date yet. It sounds like Monday at the latest would be the latest we could get it open. We are trying to get it open sooner than that, if at all possible. So we'll continue to work through that and communicate out when the pool is reopened. Our Gables East renovation coming along very nicely. The construction crew over there is doing great work. We'll be sending out a memo this week for the Gables East residents, and then we'll have a meeting the following week But just a few updates. The library on the 5th floor and the billiards room up on the 5th floor, both closed currently, so please don't try to go play pool right now. But both closed due to the construction. And the game room on the 4th floor will be relocated probably sometime next week. They're not ready to start work in there yet, so continue to use that game room as you have been using it. And when they're ready, we'll communicate out what we're going to do, but we will be moving some of those tables down to the lobby, and we'll be setting up sort of a temporary game room in the lobby for a period of time. So that's going to be our game plan as we work through that. Also, just wanted to share our roadway work behind East and West. You've not seen any work going on yet. We are still awaiting the county to give us the final permitting on that, and as soon as we have that, we'll move forward with that work commencing. Our shuffleboard courts, we are very hopeful that will take place in the very near future here. Hopefully they'll start before the end of this week. That was the agreed upon dates that they had given us. So I'm very hopeful they will show up here this week. Also, just an update on recruitment. So we do currently have 5 new associates that are ready for orientation that will be taking place next week. And then we have 17 new associates in the onboarding process as well. 5 of those are for dining. I guess that came up at our last resident council meeting to kind of specifically identify how many of those associates are dining. So of those 17 in the onboarding process, there's 5 new ones for our dining team. And then just wanted to remind you all, our Film Festival Awards ceremony will be taking place September 14th. So I hope if you haven't signed up already for that, you do. And I look forward to seeing you all there. So I hope you enjoy this episode of Around the Square. Well, hello, folks. I'm here with the newest member of the Southport Square team, and very excited to have Patrick Brown with us.
Yay!
So, Patrick, I'm going to do this on TV, but do you like to go by Patrick or by Pat?
Pat.
Pat. All right.
all
So,
right.
Pat Brown here with us. So, Pat is the new Director of Plant Operations, or as many of you know it as the Maintenance Director. And Randy Barnett, who is our prior Maintenance Director, has kind of been working through his retirement session here with us. And he's kind of at that point now where he is officially sort of retired. He'll still be possibly here and there. You might see him with a guest appearance every once in a while on some projects. But Pat is here running the department and has been here for about a week now. Been doing an excellent job and very excited to have him on board. So I invited Pat on the episode with us today to just share about what his background and experience is and what he'd like to share with you all. So Pat, take it away.
Thank you very much, Brian.
Absolutely.
As he said, my name is Patrick Brown. Originally I hail from Maryland. Right out of high school, I started framing houses. As we all know, we're not the most grown-up people in the world right out of high school, so I joined the Air Force. Some of the positions in the Air Force that I've held was I started off in food service, right in the back of the kitchen, and then immediately moved up to alert tanker and alert bomber facility. I've also held positions as quality assurance evaluator, accountant, and then I moved into, towards further on in my career, went to Fort Dix where I was a ground combat instructor, and then finished off in Virginia at Langley Air Force Base as the protocol officer. I have one daughter who's actually works for Navy Federal Credit Union in Guam. I have 3 dogs, and not to also be confused, my wife, who is the love of my life, and she is also a United States Air Force veteran. I look forward to working with you all and meeting you all. Thank you very, very much, Brian.
Excellent. I appreciate it, Pat. Well, thank you. Man, I learned some new stuff about Pat today because I got to read the resume and kind of know a lot of that stuff, but it's great to hear some of the other items that you don't always get in the interview process.
Yeah,
So-
and he worked right in my backyard where I lived. I
Oh,
lived
wow.
in South Jersey, and Fort Dix McGuire Air Force Base was right around the corner.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I learned how to drive over there.
Wow.
So-
Good thing he lived
You
through that.
survived.
In the circle, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Well, Pat, I appreciate you being here. And for all of you out there watching, I hope that as you see Pat around our campus, you say hi and welcome him to our community. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Brian, it was a pure pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. How are you today?
I'm doing well. What are we doing in your office?
We're going to go over a couple of things. First thing, we have something new here at Southport Square. It
Oh,
just
yeah?
arrived. We ordered it. It took a long time to get here, and it was very expensive, but we think it's well worth the money.
Oh, what is it?
Well, why don't I just reveal it to you?
All right, let's see.
Hey, look what we found.
Yay, it's a Patrick Brown.
Patrick Brown, the new Director of Plant Operations for
Wow.
Southport Square.
Hello, welcome to our campus.
Thank you very much. Very happy to be a part of this family.
Oh, awesome. And may I say, you look very nice behind that desk.
Why, thank you. I
But
still
better
feel
than the last guy? Or as good?
as good as the
As
last
good,
guy.
As good as the
as
last guy.
good. Well,
Right.
welcome. This is your debut on to Around the Square, and we look forward to getting some helpful tips and learning more about the campus with you. But right now, you have to acclimate yourself to the campus, and Randy's going to give you a lesson on certain things that he's going to be teaching the residents.
Yep. I'm going to teach them everything I know. We did that today. It took 12 minutes. And the rest of it, we're going to kind of just roll with it. Show them around a lot, take them around a lot, introduce them to everybody. So the new residents, if you see them, introduce yourself to them. And I'll be here a few days next week, and however long it takes to finally get him to feel comfortable.
Right, and you're always just a phone call away, right?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
just down the road.
All right.
But anyway, something else we want to go over today. I want to talk a little bit about the assurance system, the smoke detectors, and what to do if you have a fire or smoke situation in your apartment.
All right.
Okay? We'll use my apartment if you want to follow me. In your apartments, everybody, you probably see one of these up in your hallway. This is a smoke detector. There's up to two in every apartment, usually one in the living room or the hallway area and one back here by the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Sprinkler heads, everybody knows what those are. There's also the new assurance systems. If you need help at all, you pull that, it goes off at the front desk. The assurance systems and the smoke detectors send an alarm to the front desk in-house. If she gets it down there, she will call security and maintenance and say we already have a emergency pull or a smoke detector in an apartment, and they will come up and investigate it and see what's going on. So that's how the system's set up. It's all in-house, a new wireless system that we put in. I'm sure you know if you've lived here for when they put it in. They came through, replaced all the old systems, all the pull devices, all the smokes. Everything is all new, battery operated, wireless. It's a lot better than the other one. We had a lot of issues with it. It was very old, so we replaced it. So there's one in the bedroom here, Hulk alarm right here also. If you want to follow me down the hall,
We have a sprinkler head here.
another sprinkler head. In here, in the master bathroom, another pull here. Most of the residents know this, but if you see right in the bottom corner, it looks like almost like a little light bulb or a little plastic
That's the
piece on there.
sensor, right?
That is it's the automatic check-in sensor. Previously, they had to go push a button in their living room when the red light came on.
Right.
Now, when you get up in the morning, generally, I don't know about everybody else, I know what my habits are. I'm usually headed to the bathroom, so it will automatically check you in. And it's I'll check with Steve, but I think it's between like 5 and 10 or 5 and 11 in the morning.
Yeah, I think it's
So-
5 and 10.
5 and 10? Okay. So once you're up, it automatically sees that you're up and around and you're in good health and you are mobile. So
Right.
other than any
Well,
other situation,
first of all, it does not see anything. Let's reiterate that.
It
does not
senses
see.
motion.
It senses that you're there.
that's yeah, that's right. We're not
It does
looking
not
at you.
See anything.
We are not
There
looking
is no
at you.
camera in
It's
there.
not a camera. It's a motion sensor.
Yes,
like when you walk in front of your light by your garage and it comes on. It just
Right,
senses.
it's a motion
it senses
detector.
motion. I'm sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that could go seriously wrong.
No one's peeking.
Thank you for correcting me on that.
You're welcome.
Especially in the bathroom. It's right between the toilet and the shower, so yeah, it's just motion.
Yes, just motion.
Okay. Now as we come out here,
Hey, Randy, you're turning a nice shade of red.
I guess I am. I'd like to point out my
Hi,
lovely
Angela.
esteemed colleague Angela, hard at work at her desk as usual, piled up with all kinds of paperwork.
Yeah, I love. She's the queen of Post-it notes.
Yes, she is.
Look at all those Post-it notes.
Also, here we have another smoke detector.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is
Also tied into the front desk.
tied into the front desk
Right.
along with the assurance system. And this senses smoke. It actually can sense. It's very sensitive, even humidity. If you run your shower and even moisture in the air will set these off. They're very sensitive
Really?
to anything. Yes.
Oh, wow.
The slightest amount of dust or anything will set them off.
Yeah, we do have that in
Yes.
construction units.
Yes.
We get a lot of
Yep.
those.
When they're in
false
construction, these new ones,
alarms.
we actually have a plastic cap we can snap over it
Yes.
to keep it clean.
That
That way
one.
they don't collect dust in there too.
Oh,
So that's
good.
another good feature.
Good.
This right here, I'll talk about in a minute. This actually is a speaker for our fire system, which is a little bit different. Okay.
Okay.
I'll talk. This isn't part of the assurance system. Okay. Then out here in the living area, another pole. Everybody's probably seen these.
Oh yeah, they have them in their apartments.
So in the bathrooms, in the bedroom, and also in the living room. This is the same spot where the old one was. This is where the old check-in used to be, the button.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Okay. What I want to explain to everybody, the assurance systems, the pulls, and the smoke alarms alarm at the front desk, and they're monitored in-house here. Steve White in security manages the whole program. The front desks, they see they have it's in their computer. They can see any alarm that comes in, what it is, where it is exactly, and that's when they send security up there or maintenance to check out whatever situation there is. So we kind of have a smoke system in all the apartments that goes to the front desk. We also have a fire alarm system in what is the common areas, which is all the hallways, the lobby, the laundry rooms, any utility room, anything that's not an apartment, which they consider the lawn or the common areas, dining rooms. All those areas have smoke detectors also. The little red boxes, the pulls on the wall that says in case of fire, pull down. All of those go to a main fire panel that's behind the front desks, and that is monitored by fires. Life Safety of Florida monitors that 24 hours a day, and if anything comes in on that panel, they automatically call the fire department. A smoke, if it senses smoke or if it senses someone's pulled the alarm, the fire department will show up. If you have smoke in your apartment and it goes to our system, it just goes to the front desk, and then we check that out. And if there is actually a fire, the smoke will eventually get to the other areas and also pull that off and notify the fire department. What I'm trying to get across here now is recently we've had a couple of residents in the past few years I've been here 3 or 4 times. If you burn some food in your stove, you're on top of the stove or in your microwave, and you create smoke in your apartment, the smoke detector will sense it. It will call the front desk, and they will send somebody up to assist and see what's going on and try to take care of it for you. What you don't want to do is come over here. Your front door should always be closed when your apartment. If your apartment gets smoke in it, please do not open your front door and let the smoke out.
Right, because you just let the smoke out there, and
Let the
now
smoke
that's
out.
activating the
Now we call the
sensors
fire
out there, and the fire department's on their way.
So someone might burn a pork chop in a frying pan and get a little smoke in their apartment, and now we have fire trucks here.
So
And-
if I do have my kitchen's full of smoke, that little exhaust fan that's on the microwave, that's not going to do anything, is it?
Actually, it's not going to do anything because it's not connected to outside anywhere.
Right, right.
All
I
that does
didn't
is
think
cycle
so.
air through it.
Okay.
What we do,
Do I
and
open the
it could
window?
happen at any time. If you did get smoke in your apartment, I'm sorry that happened, but we need to keep the smoke in your apartment and get it from your apartment to the outside. So if the maintenance are here and the off-hour security is here, you want to keep this door closed, and when they come up, they'll open your door and they'll put a big fan in front of your door. They'll open your windows and your doors to your lanai, and they'll blow air from the hallway through your apartment and blow all the smoke out of your apartment to the outside atmosphere.
Okay.
That way we don't put it in the hallway, call the fire department, and then end up smoking up the hallway and the other residents also.
Right, right. It's also scaring everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have the smoke detectors in your apartment that will go off. Someone at the front desk will be notified. Security and maintenance will come up here and check it out. If it's small, and like I said, you just burn something, you burn some popcorn in the microwave, you have something in the oven that burns a little bit and it creates smoke. It doesn't take very much smoke, but we really don't want to end up calling the fire department over a little bit of burnt popcorn when
Right.
the
When
fire
you-
department they're busy with other calls.
Right.
They've got rescue calls and everything else, and for them to come or things like that, it's a big nuisance for them.
And all
after a while,
residents have a lanai.
yes, yeah, we
So
can
they
open
can
the
just
windows,
open
we can
the
always
windows
exhaust
to that,
everything out. It's a nuisance for them, and after we get too many of them, we start getting fined for that also. So they charge for that because when you start to run a fire truck down the road is not cheap.
Right.
So, and it's like I said, it's the manpower, and it's taking them away from some other call that they could be on where they're really needed.
Right. Right.
So just remember that. Also, if you are in your apartment and there is the event of a fire, that probability is actually low here because the amount that people actually cook in their apartments, it's a no smoking campus. Everything is drywall and brick and everything else, and you know they're in a lot of good opportunities for a fire. But if a fire does start, what we want you to do as a resident, get out of your apartment. And when you leave your apartment, make sure you close the door behind you. As much as it locks and someone will have to open the door, or firemen don't have the key for it, we don't care. We want the fire to stay in your apartment, and we want the sprinkler heads to go off, and we want to put it out. You close this door. This is a fire rated door. I believe it's got a 2-hour burn rate, so this fire in here can burn for 2 hours before this door will be compromised. So, and by then, the sprinkler system's going to go off, and it's going to already start extinguishing the fire.
Right. So, in the case where a resident got the smoke in their apartment and then they opened the door and it got all into the hallway, would she? And we don't want her to sit in a smoky apartment, so she couldn't.
No.
She should have left.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
gone to a safe area.
Yeah, get outside.
Get
If there's that much
outside.
smoke in there and,
Yeah.
and you have trouble breathing or anything, yes,
Yes,
get
get
out
out.
of there. Get out of there and close the door behind. Like I said,
Right.
keep this door closed. Keep the smoke in here for a small incident. And in the event we actually ever did have a big fire in here, we're only concerned about residents' life safety.
Gotcha.
Get out. We can replace anything in the apartment, your belongings. Don't try to go back for your purse or something you think is very near and dear to you. It might be, but you are more near and dear to us, so we want you to get out of there and make sure you're safe before you try to go back and get anything. And then, like I said, once these go off in here, the front desk will be calling security, calling maintenance. They'll be on their way up here to check out what's going on. But if it is that bad, exit the apartment and close the door behind you.
Okay.
Other than that, we've had a few situations like that where they just burn something, and it doesn't take very much to set these off up here. And also the ones in the hallway, they're very sensitive, so the slightest amount of smoke will set them off very easily.
So Randy, let me ask you something. Yesterday we had a fire drill.
Yes.
Because you were you were showing Patrick
Yes.
how that works. So if you're doing the pool there, how do you not alert the fire department on that main system? Is there something that you?
Oh yeah. Okay.
How
we
did
have
you do that?
all the smoke detectors. If not aside from what's in the apartments, what's in the common hallways for the main fire panel, down the hallways, like I said, lobby, dining rooms, all those other areas. When we do a fire drill, we have a fire system here in-house that monitors all the devices. And when that goes off, there's a dialer in there, and it dials a company that monitors our panel. And if they see a smoke alarm comes in or a pull, they call the fire department right then.
Right.
They don't hesitate. If there's something, alarm comes in, they're calling Charlotte County Fire Department, and they're on their way. And even if the other thing about this, even if say you and I were standing out in the hallway, and you accidentally lean on one of those pulls and it sets it off, and I call up Kyle Brooks, my buddy, the fire inspector, and say, Kyle, it's Randy at Southport Square. Dawn accidentally leaned on the alarm. Don't send the trucks. They say, too bad. We're coming anyway.
Right.
If that goes off, they legally have to come here, and they will come here and they will look through this building. They don't know Randy from Dawn from anybody else,
Right.
and they will not even believe me.
So how did you bypass that step?
So when we do the fire drills,
Uh-huh.
I call the company that monitors us, and I have to give them an account number, and they ask for a certain passcode. If you don't know the passcode, they won't even give you any information. They ask me my name, my title, and I tell them I want to put us in test or bypass for like an hour. And they will ignore any alarms that come in for an hour. And after that hour, any alarm that comes in, they send the fire trucks.
Gotcha.
So we actually tell them, ignore any alarms because we're doing something here on campus. We're going to conduct a fire drill. And then we pull the alarms. When we do that, three things happen. You hear a very loud and obnoxious noise that nobody wants to listen to.
Right.
The fire doors down the halls all close automatically that are held open by magnets. And also there's strobes that will go off.
Yeah, the strobe lights are what get me.
And that's why we have fire drills. We're testing those three things. Every month we want to test and make sure that those three things will function at any given time.
Right, and you're not only testing the system, you're testing the associates.
Yes.
You know, you're testing each shift that has to,
how they
work,
respond.
and
It's a little bit different in the health center. They've got to get the residents they're not as mobile as people are over here. Also for the residents in East and West, if you're in your apartment and the fire alarm goes off, a lot of people are asking me, what do they do?
Do not call the front desk.
Do not call the front desk.
Do
The front
not
desk will
call
not
the
answer
front
the
desk.
phone. They won't answer the phone. They're instructed not to.
I cannot tell you how many times
Yes.
I have covered that front desk during a fire alarm.
Because
and
the front
I've
desk
got-
only knows that there's an alarm going off.
Oh,
they know
it's-
nothing else.
Yeah,
And also,
they're the hub.
Yeah.
They're busy.
I can tell you exactly what you should do during a fire drill.
Please.
Whatever you're currently doing.
Ah.
Don't leave your apartment. If you're knitting a sweater for your granddaughter, keep knitting. If you're watching a soap opera, keep watching it.
What
Don't
about
do anything. Don't leave your apartment. Stay in your apartment. If you're in somebody else's apartment, stay in their apartment until you hear an all-clear announcement.
What about elevators?
When the fire alarm goes off, the elevators come to the first floor automatically.
Okay.
Unless the smoke alarm in front of the first floor elevator is the one that sets it off, then the elevator will go to the second floor. It will not bring you down to where there's a fire. It knows what smoke alarm there is in front of that first floor elevator, and it will take you to the second floor.
Wasn't aware our elevators were that
It
intelligent.
is very smart.
Wow.
So stay in your apartment. Once the incident commander or the chief or the fire department is on this campus, I am not the boss, and Brian Hess is not the boss anymore. The fire chief owns this property, and whatever he says, we will do until he deems it safe and he leaves the property.
Right.
And then we can start taking control again. Other than that, if he says, and there actually is a fire, if he wants to evacuate, we will do under his command. And if he says everybody stays where they're at, that's what they stay.
Okay.
All these apartments, this is a well-built building. Like I say, when you close this door, this is a fire-rated door. It will keep fire in. It will also keep fire out. So if there is something across the hall from you or in the hallway, this door will help save you as much as it will keeping a fire in here. It will also keep the fire out of this.
And then we also have the hallway fire doors too.
Yes,
contain
yeah.
areas.
There's fire doors and there's smoke doors. There's compartment doors that keeps, it's all designed into the entire building, all by the NFPA, the fire code, how it's supposed to be designed, and that's why we do all these drills and all the testing. We have companies that come in that check all these devices. You've noticed when they come in and they've got to sound the alarm. The one other thing I wanted to point out, this speaker up here that I mentioned, that I was going to mention again, that is hooked into the main fire panel. So when at night there's a fire drill and they might say, attention residents, there was a fire drill, this is an all clear announcement. They would repeat that 3 times, you'll hear it on that speaker.
Well, we never say drill.
It was a fire, what do they call it?
There was a fire alarm.
Fire alarm.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We never use the word drill because we just don't know now anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if it's just an accidental something, an accidental trip, which is about 99.9% of them.
Right.
Even if someone just burned some food, I guess technically is that a fire? Yeah, we got some smoke in there and it set off the alarm, but it was kind of a minor fire.
Right.
So, but that speaker up there is what is hooked to the main panel, and they can make the all clear announcement, and it should go out to all the apartments.
Gotcha.
So, other than that, we've only had one fire here. It was out in a shed out back years ago. And then, since I've been here, there's maybe been 2 or 3 times when there was some burnt food. Somebody put popcorn in a microwave and set it for 3 hours instead of 3 minutes.
Oh.
And it burned it up really
Sure,
good.
that smelled beautiful.
It literally melted the inside of that microwave. It didn't just burn the food. The top of that microwave was dripping down
I
inside
didn't even
of it.
think you could use a microwave for 3 hours.
That's a good microwave. That held up right to the very end. I'll tell you. I'm gonna buy one of them because they're a trooper. Like I said, just be careful, and if you do get smoke in there, if it's bad, and if there's any risk to any resident in any way, health, breathing, or anything else, leave the apartment. They'll be calling maintenance and security, and they can take it from there. And if it's something that we can't handle, we get out of the apartment, we close the door, and we let the fire department handle it.
Okay. Well, thank you, Randy.
Alrighty, any questions, please let myself or Patrick Brown, the new
Where is
director of, I don't know,
Where is
I think
he?
he's spinning around in
You
my
know
chair
what?
at my desk.
I think you're right. I think he got used to that chair. Let's go see
Let's
if
go.
he's still spinning. Oh, there he is.
Better sneak in. There's,
Well,
All
we
right.
look forward to you get busy learning, and we look forward to getting you on camera once you get acclimated.
Well, thank you very, very much, and I look forward to meeting each and every one of you.
All right.
Hello and welcome to the second quarter performance report as regulated by the Office of Insurance Regulation. I am Vicki, the Associate Executive Director, and we will be going over the results of our financial performance for the second quarter. We'll start with occupancy. So we ended the quarter at 278 occupied apartments. Our average occupancy for the quarter was 275.9. For those residents that have not been to an OIR meeting before, we consider occupancy the number of days that an apartment is under contract. So as a result, we do not have an even number of occupancy when we're talking the average. Our budget was 274.7, which meant that we ended this quarter 1.2 ahead of budget. Year to date, our occupancy was 275 to a budget of 273.4. So again, for the year, as well as for the quarter, we are pacing ahead of budget. However, for the year, we're pacing 1.6 apartments occupied ahead of our budget. Moving to our revenue, year to date, our revenue was $16.4 million budgeted, and actual was $16.8 million. So we exceeded our revenue year to date by $415,000. Now, for those of you that attended the first quarter report, in January, we did receive about $802,000 of revenue from the CARES Act of the federal government, which is directly related to COVID, and as a result, that's helped our revenue for the year. We are doing very, very well in occupancy in both AL and memory care. However, we are struggling with our skilled nursing occupancy. So as a result, we did not make our occupancy revenue. However, total revenue is exceeding budget because of that CARES Act. So that has helped us out. When we look at our salaries and wages, we came in at 10.2 million budgeted with our actual to be 9.8 million. So we were better by $394,000. Now, those of you that live here know we are behind in our full-time equivalent. So we have open positions throughout the campus. We are still aggressively recruiting dining and nursing, but as a result, since we don't have those FTEs in here, we're saving on our salaries. That's not necessarily a salary savings that we want to see. We want to go ahead and get those positions filled so that we can make sure that you have the services that you desire. For our non-labor expenses, our budget was $5.9 million and we came in at $5.4 million. So we were favorable by $488,000. This year, we have seen more favorable insurance costs as well as more favorable management fee costs. So this is helping us save on our year-to-date expenses. We are, however, seeing increased expenses in our day-to-day operations. So currently, our food expenses are higher than budget due to inflationary pressures. Our maintenance costs are ahead of budget. That's due to being short for FTEs for the bulk of the quarter, and we had to outsource some of the things that our maintenance techs can do. On top of that, we also had some major repairs that had to be done throughout the campus. We are also seeing overages in our marketing department to help us gather some leads, as well as referral source expense. So don't forget your Friends for Life, because that does equate to a $2,500 payment if you refer somebody to move into Southport Square. When we look at our total net operating income, and again, this is our day-to-day operations. This is how we are doing every day that we are managing our property. Our budget was $291,000. Our actual was $1.6 million. So we're better by $1.3 million. Again, a lot of that is being bolstered by lower insurance costs and the CARES Act funding and our lower FTEs. So once we get our FTEs back up to budget, we will have a higher salary expense, and with the CARES Act, that will not replicate itself next year. When we look at our other income, and our other income consists of our earned entry fees, some amortization income, interest and rental income, as well as a gain and loss on a sale of equipment. Our budget was $2 million and we came in at $2.4 million. So we were ahead by $323,000. We're ahead on this again because our sales are greater than what we had budgeted. So we're seeing a higher entry fee earning amortization. Our other expenses, which consists of depreciation, amortization, our property and casualty loss, as well as interest expense, was budgeted at $6.3 million and came in at $8 million. So we're over budget by $1.6 million. Now, I mentioned property casualty loss. Recall earlier this year, we replaced the roofs on all of the buildings that were damaged due to the windstorm in December. That cost hits us down in the property and casualty loss. Once we are done with all of the repairs for that incident, then we file a final claim with our insurance company and they will reimburse whatever portion of that is reimbursable. So currently it's sitting as other expense on our balance sheet. So that ends us at a net income or loss budgeted at $3.9 million. We came in at $4 million. We're relatively flat as far as our net income performance for the year. For those of you that would like a handout, I will gladly give you a handout for the second quarter performance. Just please come and see me. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to call, to come and see me, or send me an email. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you next quarter.
You
Got
have
the-
another one.
Got the swinging boom on it.
Look at this.
Okay, this comes apart.
Oh, look, and we got the hooks.
Yeah.
Isn't
The
that
hooks in
cool? Look at that little lever here.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Oh, you even have it.
Yeah.
Look at that. How
And then these
cute.
come apart.
Yeah.
And one can swing this way and one can swing this
Check
way.
you out. Is it a dually?
Huh?
It is a dually. You put the two wheels on the back. Yeah. Oh, how smart. That is cute. That is real cute. Look at that workman. Look at how nice you did that. That looks good.
Then this separates. I can separate this by pulling this out. And then I can operate each one of these separately.
Oh, wow. And you could take this out and haul a fifth wheel, huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, I think it's pretty
I
awesome.
may redesign that.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Okay.
That's another one in your toy box.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you later, Don.
Okay.
So, Carrie, I heard your screams. What's the problem?
I thought I had a helicopter hovering over me, but it is a dragonfly.
Oh, he's a big one, too.
Yeah,
Look at him.
I'm pretty sure that's like good luck or something.
What do you do? Like, what do we do? Do we call? Maintenance is gone for the
I
day.
feed him.
Where's Chip? Chip got rid of the
Oh,
one that
yeah,
came into
that's
my
right.
office.
That's all right.
Well,
It's okay.
you enjoy your friend.
It's a roommate.
It's a roommate.
Yes.
Get him a desk.
Yep. I'm
Boy,
giving
that
him-
thing is big.
I'm giving him some of this work to do is what I'm gonna do.
Oh. So what are you gonna do if he starts flying around? Maybe I should make him fly around.
But yeah, then you're gonna really see a helicopter. It's gonna be me up airborne out of here.
Well, Carrie, have a great time with your new office mate.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna shut the door and leave you to be.
Appreciate it.
Oh, the screams I heard. So Angela, when Angela started here, she was a receptionist. At the Gables West desk one day, a snake fell from the
Oh, you're gonna hit
chandelier.
it at me.
She's gonna fly. Run, Carrie, run.
No.
Oh! Oh my gosh! Oh!
Shoot it. Shoot.
No. Yay, Angela! Yay! Oh, be careful. That thing's gonna wrestle you. So you wrangled a snake, and now you've wrangled a helicopter. Oh, don't touch it. It's been
Look,
outside.
it's trying to sting you.
Oh, God. Oh, thank you, Angela. You are
Bye.
my hero.
And it's alive.
And you did it safely.
I
Yes.
did.
Good job, Ange. Okay, here's an update on Gables East. I'm on the 5th floor, and it looks like they're working on the Gilchrist wing now. So let's see what's going on. It's loud, it's dusty, and it's noisy. And there's a air filter system here. Hi, guys. But they're starting to spray the walls. It looks like they're clearing everything out so that they can texturize the walls. They've already mudded. And yeah, so they're just moving right along, these guys. As you can see, they patched up some of the areas here. And then they're getting ready to do the texturizing. And then they'll move on to the L wing. Well, this is the library. And you can see they've already textured the walls.
People coming the wrong way, can you straighten them out? Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
No entrance.
I have a press pass.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. Look at that art on there.
Oh, you got a press pass.
These guys get pretty bossy.
Yeah, they do. Good
Now we're
job, Art. Those are some pretty pancakes.
Now we're gonna press you to find out where you got the press pass.
I got
Them in there,
special
Art.
security clearance. Wow. So how many pancakes do you make in on a regular pancake
Depends on how many
guy?
people show up. Well, that's not true either. We make 2.5 boxes of mix.
Wow.
So,
That's quite a bit of pancakes, because a box of pancake mix at my house will last a year. Yeah, I only make 2 at a time.
yeah. So we make 12 on the grill, 12 at a time. And
Look at that nifty thing. That's a pretty,
that's a life.
that comes in handy,
That's a
huh?
lifesaver, yeah. The kitchen staff said they wanted to steal that from us.
I would too.
I told them that would be a repercussion.
Look at that.
I'll get that.
So Art,
Yeah,
tell us about your pancake making experience.
it's a lot of fun.
How many years have you been doing pancakes?
74.
74 years you've been making pancakes? All right, well, it shows. They look good. They look good. And John, what is your role here? What do you do other than boss people around?
I do whatever I want. Ask Nancy.
I will.
Right now I'm a runner. I'm
Oh,
gonna
okay.
take some over to the front desk at East.
Oh, very nice.
Here's the boss.
Oh, yeah.
This is the
Here's
boss.
the boss.
Oh, so
All
Nancy's
of a sudden, I'm the boss.
Oh, yeah, he passed the buck to you, huh?
Yeah.
Now, Nancy, how long have you been serving on the pancake committee here?
Oh, a long time.
Yeah.
When
Since I can remember you moving
Yeah.
in. Yeah, that's been, what, 8 years?
yes,
Yeah, wow.
She's the charter pancake breakfast lady.
Well, we all appreciate what you do here. Thank you
you.
so much. I have my $4 ready. Andy, thank you for the email of the reminder, letting me know.
Don't forget. I know you're getting involved over there.
All right, so the pancake breakfast is open to all residents,
Yes, ma'am.
and
absolutely.
it's the fourth Fourth Wednesday of every
Yeah,
month.
Fourth Wednesday.
Okay, all right.
Unless somebody changes it.
Oh, wait, no, it's the third Wednesday, isn't it? And it became the
See
fourth
what
Wednesday.
we're up against?
So it's the fourth Wednesday of every month, and it's $4.
Right.
All right, and you get the whole everything, the
Pancakes,
whole
sausage, bacon, juice, coffee.
nice, and you get it served to you,
I'm sorry?
and it's served to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Where's
It's
mine?
It's a better deal than home.
That's true. Yeah, I can't go to IHOP for this price.
No.
Well,
Not for $4.
where's mine?
Well, you get your hands full right now.
Yeah, I gotta
You
go.
just sit down and say you're ready.
From the bank is here.
I took an extra one of these. I didn't realize Nancy already put one in there for me. Okay. So if I just bring it back?
You like coming to pancake breakfast also?
I like the pancake breakfast.
I do too. Yeah, it's the
Best
best.
pancakes, yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, it really is.
Art is pretty good at making them,
I have to say
and
so.
Andy's pretty good at bossing them around. And so is John. John's a good runner. You've trained him well. Here's mine. Thank you.
Have a blessed day and a nice breakfast.
Thank you too. Where's Heidi? Heidi's usually collecting them.
Tired from this.
She retired. Oh, okay. Well, you're going to do a great job.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you for the vote of confidence.
Oh, look at all these residents in here.
They seem to be fine.
Look at this. Are you stocking people's coffee cups?
Yes.
You are, aren't you?
I'm not so bad filling up the first time, but the second time I feel like I'm stalking.
Bill Carlin, the coffee ninja. Hi, everyone. How are ya?
Busy.
Busy, huh?
We are set.
Breakfast served by Karen McCarty. Love it. Good morning, everyone. Morning. How are you? You enjoying your pancakes?
And we have 2 new members.
Oh, well, welcome. What is your name?
Fran.
Fran?
Marsha.
And Marcia. Well, hello, welcome. And you're on Around the Square right now.
You'll see that on Friday.
They'll fill you in on the shenanigans. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Morning.
Morning.
Hi, Bobby.
Hello, how are you this morning?
Hi.
Gonna have some pancakes?
Yep. Oh, be nice. And you've been volunteering, you and Peter both have been volunteering for quite some time.
Yes, we have.
She burns whatever she takes it for. So be with me. 'Cause
I gotta burn all the footage of Peter, but you're not dancing, so it's okay.
Oh, yes. Peter dancing is always fun.
Always fun, always fun. Now, how did you two get on the sausage and bacon duties?
we were assigned this job.
Yeah, because the last time I saw you here, you were doing coffee.
Yes.
You
We had to
were,
go
Yeah.
to training.
you
Yeah.
went to training for this?
I've done lots of jobs. I deliver pancakes sometimes. I do whatever Nancy says. Nancy is the boss.
No, Nancy's the boss.
Nancy is the boss. Whatever she wants, I do it.
Well, you guys, everything that you do is very much appreciated. And all of this is for the associates.
Yeah.
Yeah,
employee
so I
appreciation.
think it's wonderful.
I think we ought to get charged more.
You think we should charge more for the pancakes?
$10, yeah.
$10
We
bucks?
need the money.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe, well, if it was with gold or something,
Yeah,
maybe.
but I think we might diminish our.
You watch.
Okay.
Well, thank you again for all of your help.
yakking and get to work.
Okay. Stop talking. What?
Hold still.
And there's Nancy supervising everything. What a wonderful event. John, are you lost?
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Around the Square. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you have a fantastic holiday.
All right. Well, hey, Pat.
Yes.
I have a joke for you.
Oh, please tell.
All right. Since you're Since this episode we covered a little bit about fire safety, I have a little fire joke for you. Did you hear about the fire at the circus?
I did not hear about the fire
Oh,
at the
you
circus.
should have. It was intense.
That was a great joke.